Welcome, everybody, to this episode of This or That episode. I'm your host, Rajiv Satyal, and today we'll be comparing popcorn versus candy. And we're going to be comparing, I just found this out, we're comparing morning shower versus night shower. We're comparing morning shower versus night shower and popcorn versus candy. Okay, there we go. Let's get to it, because I obviously have got my memory working today.
Marvel versus Star Wars.
Marvel versus Star Wars. I'm going to go Star Wars just because I know a lot more about Star Wars. It's more my era. I've seen the movies. Marvel, you'd probably throw something at me when you hear that I've seen like 4 of them, like Iron Man and Black Panther. And what else have I seen? Hardly anything. I've seen hardly any of the Marvel. I saw Deadpool, but 2 Deadpools. I got to see the 3rd one. And I saw the X-Men. Is that part of it? X-Men? No.
Kind of.
Yeah, and X2. X2 I saw. No, I didn't even see X-Men. I saw X2.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah. This is bad. So, yeah, Star Wars. And by the way, I saw George Lucas live once eating lunch in the same place I was eating lunch. And it's amazing, when I posted that, it was all negative. They're like, oh, tell him that he screwed up the Star Wars franchise. I'm like, do you want me to tell him thanks for inventing Star Wars? No, none of that.
Bollywood versus Hollywood.
Bollywood, okay. Bollywood. You like how I already said Bollywood? Man, I going right in there. You would think my answer would be Bollywood over Hollywood, but I'm going Hollywood, dude. I was born in Ohio. I grew up on Hollywood movies. I've seen now you won't feel so bad hearing how few Marvel movies I've seen, because I've seen maybe 20 Bollywood movies. And when I say Bollywood, I mean all of Indian movies, because Bollywood is a subset. Not every Indian movie is a Bollywood movie, but every Bollywood movie is an Indian movie. So that's how that goes. It's like alligators and crocodiles. What's the one? Is it all alligators or crocodiles? But not all crocodiles are alligators?
I got an Iowa education. I hope you're not asking me.
I don't know why I'm looking right at you, because I'm from Ohio. You'd have to be from Florida to know that. What does Newman say in Seinfeld? All certified mail is registered, but all registered mail is not necessarily certified. So it's one of those subset, superset things. So I forget what the original question was.
Hollywood, Bollywood. Did you see RRR?
I haven't even seen RRR.
RRR was good.
I heard it's really good. But it is a South Indian movie. I think it's technically not a Bollywood movie.
Oh.
So I heard it's really good, and I'm going Hollywood. I am really a diehard, well, pun intended, music and movies person. So, I mean, I'm Americana 1955 and after, so it's all Hollywood all day for me. And by the way, it's the next town over, so I like living.
And we're in Studio City, so it's basically here.
Yeah, it's very close to Studio City. I had spent 9 years of my life there.
Yeah.
And we're Burbank. We have Warner Brothers and Disney. So, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of like Hollywood through and through.
iPad versus laptop.
iPad versus laptop. I am a big laptop person. I just love to bang away at the keys. It's why it took me a while to get me off the BlackBerry, because you could text so fast. You could type so fast on a BlackBerry. And then going to a touchscreen was a very different thing. I've actually never owned an iPad. My wife has one, and I've long said that you could give me one for free, and I might use it. It's supposed to be right there. I use it sometimes, and I place the iPad in the wall. We probably actually, can you see that? You can see that, right? We should have put the iPad there. That's what we should put that there with the logo.
Behind the scenes is too late now.
That's too late now. Next time we will do that. We got to put the logo right there. That's what we'll do. Anyway, the point being that I like the right angle experience. I'm a nerd. I like to type on a laptop. I like an iPad. I'm down. If you want to test this out by giving me a free iPad to see if I'll use it, I'm game.
Gym workout or outdoor exercise like hiking, running?
I like a gym workout. It is very boring, but I'm regimented, and I like to leave my son's daycare and make a left to go to the gym. I can make a right to come home. But if I make that left, I'm going to the gym, and I know I'm going to go and do it, because going to the gym is the hard part. Once you're there, you'll do it, right? It's just get in the gym and start doing something. And I have my process and whatever else. What do I enjoy more? I absolutely enjoy being outdoors a lot more than going to the gym. But if I'm there to achieve something, I think it's like the wine and whiskey thing. I know how much alcohol I'm getting in the whiskey versus wine where you don't know how much it is. That's why I know at a workout, I know what the poundage is, how much I'm lifting, what I'm doing. That's why I'm going with the gym. Boring answer.
Yeah, it makes sense though. Like I feel like I get both in.
Yeah.
Running to the gym It's just the amount of outside I need, and then I get there and I get the boring. But that's the regimen.
I should run to the gym. We go to the same gym.
It sucks.
It does. It's just far enough that I'm like, I don't know if I feel like doing
It's
that.
0.9 something it's basically a mile.
It's basically a mile. That's pretty good. And it's flat.
It's flat, and there's one crosswalk, really. You stand there forever.
Yeah.
It takes forever.
That's why people, they keep bouncing.
That's what I do.
Bouncing. You got to do it.
Morning shower versus night shower.
I am absolutely a morning shower over a night shower person. I have taken a night shower very rarely post-childhood. I did as a kid. I think that's just what you do. That's what we do with my son, who's 3. I will sometimes shower with him, so then I'll get that night shower in, but it's not really the same thing. You don't get to think or have fake arguments or whatever people do in the shower or sing. So I can, but then he'll run out screaming from my voice, even in the shower with the acoustics, and he'll slip and fall, and that'll be a whole, it's not a lawsuit, but it would be a problem. So I think a night shower, I get it, because it saves you time in the morning, but I don't know. I feel like I sleep kind of messy, and waking up, I don't think I'm as fresh. I don't think there's much point to a night shower, other than saving time. I was shaving at night for a while to save time. I'm like, I hated getting up early so much when I worked in corporate America that I was kind of going, okay, what can I do before you can brush your teeth the night before? I hope you're doing that. You can't not do it in the morning because you do it at night. But I'm like, I could shower and shave at night. You're not really supposed to, just like you're not supposed to garden at night, but I love REM.
Movie theater versus movie at home.
Movie theater versus movie at home. I'm going to go movie theater, but just barely. Movie theaters used to win in a blowout. This is almost like listening to an album on vinyl versus streaming, right? Where it's a lot more effort. It is better, but it's not much better. So I grew up at a time where it was 4x3 televisions, and my dad had a Harman Kardon stereo system, so it sounded really good, okay? But we didn't have a special room dedicated to it. Very few people did back then. So the delta has tightened by a lot. It used to be not even close watching something on a small screen at home. Now it's not unusual for people to have 60, 70, 80-inch TVs in a room dedicated with great sound. And by the way, you get to get your own popcorn, your own candy. You get to pause it when you want to go to the bathroom. There's nobody talking over it. Or if there is, then you get a divorce. I'm militant about talking through movies. You can talk through TV. TV's TV. But movies are movies. Somebody spent $100 million bringing this to you, and you're going to talk through it. So even if people aren't talking in the theater, I'm worried that they will. So as an older man who now has to go to the bathroom more and gets pissed off and get off my lawn because you're talking, the movie theater still wins because it's the movies, man. You go into the movies, but it is not a blowout anymore.
I agree. I
What do you
think
think?
COVID screwed it.
Yeah.
COVID, and then people, it's like with concerts now too since COVID, like people have forgotten how to have these public experiences with other people. And everyone's now just like, I spent money on it. I can do what, like, I can talk. I can,
Yeah.
and like, so there's no courtesy in those places.
Sure.
So now at home, if it's not and like it's expensive too, especially in LA.
It is.
So if it's not a movie like I have to see in the theaters, I'll probably just wait.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's just, and especially when you're older, and it's not an event as much. Like, not everybody's seeing it on opening night because of parents, kids, whatever. There's so many things going on that you'll watch it when you watch it, so the conversations aren't the same. It's like, if you didn't watch every Marvel movie when it came out in your generation, you were just screwed.
Mickey Mouse versus Bugs Bunny.
Mickey Mouse versus Bugs Bunny. I'm going Bugs Bunny for sure. He's way funnier. Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers humor was much more subversive. You can watch it with your kid and get it on a different level, where Wile E. Coyote chases Bugs Bunny and then he falls when he notices he's looking down. That kind of stuff is funny to adults in a way that is not yet funny to kids. They're laughing at the fact that he's falling. Mickey Mouse is an icon, and I like Mickey, but Bugs Bunny's voice I like more. I'm very voice dependent, and I don't really think it's even that close. I'm going to say Bugs Bunny by a mile.
Saturday morning cartoons as a kid or primetime TV as a kid?
Saturday morning cartoons as a kid or primetime TV as a kid? I'm going to say nothing will ever replace Saturday morning cartoons. I don't think – I got up early for them. I mean, that tells you a lot. I mean, you get up early when you're a kid, but I still was getting up early. You start sleeping in, I think, around like 12 or 13, like adolescence and stuff. But I would still get up and watch cartoons, especially Transformers. You know, there's the Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse variety, and then there's the Transformers and G.I. Joe variety. And I remember USA Network used to have the Cartoon Express at 6 p.m. on weekdays, and it was awful, but we would watch it because it was animated, and it pissed my parents off something fierce because they wanted to watch the news, especially my dad. But I'm like, oh, now we can watch cartoons, and I think he was going, oh my God, I thought this was only a Saturday morning thing. They were really terrible. They were like Hong Kong Phooey. Oh my gosh, so racist. And some of this other stuff like the Monchichis and stuff that had no plot. And I think the convergence on the other side was The Simpsons, right? When The Simpsons dropped in 88, 89, Bart Simpson, and then it became a Homer Simpson show or a Bart Simpson show. It was mind-blowing to see what would come later, like Family Guy and, Adult Swim and all those things. But it was a brand new thing that had not been tried, like an animated sitcom, now the longest-running sitcom in history. I loved primetime TV and watching Growing Pains and Silver Spoons and later NBC, the must-see TV stuff, and then later Sunday night with HBO, although I wasn't a kid at that point. You can get excited for that stuff, and it was funny, and it was great, but my gosh, dude, Saturday morning cartoons are your childhood.
Cookies versus cake.
Cookies versus cake. Cake, because you're usually celebrating.
Jeans versus sweats.
Jeans versus sweats, jeans. Hey, man, Neil Diamond, forever in blue jeans.
Popcorn versus candy.
Popcorn versus candy, because there's so many different kinds of candy, and there's not that many different kinds of popcorn that taste good.
Chocolate versus vanilla.
Chocolate versus vanilla. Chocolate, although right now, because I can't do caffeine, vanilla's come in, but that way I think strawberry wins over that. If I have to go, I know that wasn't the question, but...
Like Neapolitan?
Yeah, but just even strawberry over vanilla. So if I'm going to rank them, I'd go chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. Probably chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. I like a good vanilla. I like some soft serve over at McDonald's, but a Frosty's better.
Summer versus winter.
Summer by a long shot. I have never understood people who like winter. Like, I love it when it's cold. I'm like, wow, I'm not talking to you ever again, which is kind of cold.
As far as I know, you don't play any instruments, but guitar versus piano.
I do play the viola. I played it a lot for about 10 years when I was a kid, from 4th grade through sophomore year in high school. Footnote, guitar versus piano. To listen to, I'm going to go guitar because I'm such a rocker, and there's not as much piano in rock songs as guitar, which is a staple. So I'm going to say guitar, but man, that's a tough one because the piano is such a party. Like, Paul McCartney learned to play it because his dad played the piano, and he was like, everybody came to our house and listened to the piano. That's a tough one. Guitar. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this episode of This or That episode. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment. Tell me, what do you want me to compare next? Hit me. Let me know. It matters a lot. I've been your host, Rajiv, and I still am.